people?
And better than ever, we hope.
Back with another episode of the Apartment K podcast. Long overdue, of course.
Yeah, it's been a minute, and we're at episode, I think, like 14 or 15, so bear with us.
Something like that. It'll be in the title, for sure.
We took a little hiatus, just little changes, but we're trying, we always say this, but we're trying to be consistent, so.
Famous last words. Trying to be more consistent.
No.
Doesn't do another podcast till fucking 2026.
No.
Because the last one we did was last year.
Was it last year?
Because we're supposed to do a New Year's one, and then I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the biggest reason is I got a new job, a legit, like, a big girl job, so I've just been so busy and just trying to...
Yeah, you got a new job, and then I got fired.
Yeah, but I feel like what you're doing now with, like, all the stuff you're doing, you're just so busy, you know?
Yeah.
We haven't had a time to, like, just, like, sit down and record a pod, which sucks because we love doing it.
I mean, we do. We just don't prioritize it. Like, we could do one every weekend.
Yeah.
If we really, like, sat down and did it.
I just feel like I'm now in, like, the corporate world that, like, I don't know. I'm just fucking tired. Like...
Yeah, no, I feel that.
When it's the weekend, I genuinely don't want to do anything. Or if I do want to do something, like, I wouldn't be out, you know? So,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. And then that's, like, a thing, too. Like, even if we're out and about, go somewhere... I want to be able to record there. I think that'd be cool.
Like vlogging and stuff?
Vlogging, but even literally bringing our stuff if we had like a better mic, you know, and recording. I think that'd be cool.
Like do an outside podcast?
Yeah, I've seen people do that, dude. It's
that'd
cool.
be funny.
I've seen, I forget which one, but somebody did it when they were in like Hawaii, and it was just like a beautiful setting in Hawaii.
Well, that's dope though.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how like well our mics would pick up, like, you know.
I don't know how cool it would be if we're just like at like Merit or some shit.
That'd be kind of cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nah, because then a bunch of people are gonna stop by and be like,
"What
"What are you doing?" And it's like,
or not so like Marriott, but I was thinking more like Tahoe.
Tahoe would be cool.
Yeah, because my family wants to go in July, so if we did that for like a week, we can just record once, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, if you're a viewer who's watching, like, obviously on YouTube, it just looks cool. You can look at other shit besides just, like, us, you know?
And I think I can use that cord, too, because my USB cord on my laptop is, like, broken.
Oh,
that's why I stopped recording on my laptop. But I have a different cord now, and I think that one works.
Yeah, so, new stuff coming, you know? I also want to go to LA one of these, like, months, so...
We can do that whenever, though.
I mean, yeah. My goal, and we'll let you guys know if we actually do this, every month I want to go somewhere. I don't mean just, like, to San Francisco, you know? I want to do, like, like, low-key a weekend getaway. Like, I think in May we're doing the retreat, or the...
Yeah, the or retreat.
Yeah,
we're going to, like, this hot springs.
A nudist hot springs, right?
It's clothing optional.
Okay.
You don't have to be naked, but
I don't quite understand what we're doing.
So it's like a retreat. So there's hot springs, and then you get like a cabin.
Because your mom was saying it's like a very sober thing.
Yeah, obviously there's no like drugs or alcohol, but
like
there's also
restaurants and shit.
No.
Or like, oh, okay.
There's also no cell phone service.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
And obviously you didn't see the shit I sent you this morning, but you have to bring your own food.
Oh.
So they don't serve food. They don't sell food. They
Cool.
have a fully stocked kitchen, so you can like make whatever you want, but you have to bring in all your shit.
That's cool. So we'll like pack like a 2 days worth shit. That's a lot.
That's not a lot of shit.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Some fucking eggs, like
I mean,
you don't even really eat breakfast.
Yeah,
so
especially if it's a kitchen. I was expecting more like a campsite. I don't know why.
No, it's like a retreat.
I don't know what a retreat is. I'm not gonna lie.
Like there's like little cabins and shit, and like it's not a
cute.
campsite. Like people aren't just like in tents,
I don't know.
but naked and shit in the woods.
That's what I was like, some hippie shit. But that's cool.
Look at the shit I sent you. I
will.
sent you all the information. Like just look at what I fucking sent you.
So that's what we're doing in May. In July we're going to Tahoe. So we got to figure out what we're doing in June and April. And this sounds so dramatic, but I just want to like. At least for a little bit, I want like in little parts and increments, like live life to the fullest. You know, we don't have to necessarily go to Hawaii or like go that far, but I want to like.
I mean, there's
go to Petaluma, you know, cool stuff.
Pretty cool shit in California.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, do your Googles. I'm sure you'll find something.
Go to Vegas, like.
Vegas would be cool.
Vegas would be cool. April, I don't know how hot Vegas
I would
is.
fly to Vegas though. I'm not trying to drive to
Oh,
Vegas.
definitely. I think it's like 8 hour drive.
Yeah. In
So
Vegas, tickets are always dirt cheap. So.
exactly. That's funny you say that. My manager was telling me if you just do, I don't know how it works completely, but if you just do a one way and do it on standby, it's like you can pay $40
Hmm.
and then just, I don't know what exactly what standby is, and then just like go and then do the same coming back.
Isn't standby just like if they have an available ticket, they'll hit you up?
I think so, and you just kind of wait around.
Yeah, so you're just gonna be in Vegas indefinitely until they hit you up. Like, what if they
For
don't
like
hit you up
40
for like?
bucks tickets? I don't know, man.
You'll spend more money on hotels than if
That's
you just
very
paid
true.
the 80 or whatever,
Yeah, but
which is probably like $80 honestly round trip.
we should. Well, we're trying to be sober. I was like, we should do that in April, but nah, maybe not April.
I mean, Vegas isn't a place to be sober, if I'm being honest.
No, I wouldn't want to be sober in Vegas. I mean, people do, but
Yeah, but they go and see like Circus and like Usher and shit like that.
very specific.
Yeah, 'cause that's all.
what the sober people do. Usher and circus.
That's all there is to do outside of getting like fucked up and gambling
Yeah.
and going to like
I'm not
clubs
even
and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm not a big gambler, but I'd be down to go to the clubs. But I'm not trying to go to a club sober.
Exactly.
You
So,
know what I mean?
so it's like
maybe not Vegas for April.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I like the idea of Vegas, but I don't like.
I've never been to Vegas, so I want to experience it.
Mhm.
But I know it's like it's a fucking desert, so I want to go in the winter, honestly, like
Yeah.
for my birthday or something. But I feel like to go to Vegas for a birthday is like too much.
I mean, it depends on what kind of birthday you're trying to
I
have.
mean, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
Like for my 31st birthday, go to Vegas. That's
like if you want to
shit.
have like a hangover experience, then
I
sure.
mean, no, but I think it'd be fun to do like a weekend in Vegas. I've never did. Maybe we should do that for our, like a joint birthday thing with our friends. That'd be kind of fun.
I feel like
That'd be fun.
we should go to Vegas and then we should see if we even like it.
Oh, and then do a birthday. For
Yeah,
Vegas?
because it's not for everybody. It's like a very specific
And
type
you
of place.
Never went to Vegas as an adult, so that's a different
Yeah.
experience too.
That's how I know all the boring shit. Because
Dude,
like when I
that's
went,
true.
I was like fucking 14.
Just knowing like us, we're gonna go like we're just gonna drink from the morning to the like.
Hell no,
the-
dude. I'm not
That's
going to
how it
Vegas.
is.
Not, when you say it like that, I'm not going, dude.
Like we're gonna
I'm gonna wake
start
up dead.
right. How you wake up? We're literally gonna start at the buffets in the morning. Drink.
Dude, on the fucking flight.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you drinks on the flight.
I mean, as sad, not as sad as Vegas is the one of the only places you can do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like
It's a place of debauchery.
encouraged.
But that's
Yeah.
my whole point. Is like
Yeah.
if you're gonna go to Vegas, you're gonna be like,
Like I take
getting
3
fucked
days
up.
off, so that Monday I'm still off. You know, to recover.
yeah. No, you would have to.
But also Vegas is like LA. They have hella like hangover remedies. Like they have the
The IV shit.
IV shit.
Yeah.
Like
Well, shit, if we balling like that, fuck it.
I hate IVs. Another thing I'd really want to do, just as a foodie, Vegas has really cool like food places.
Yeah.
And I'd really want to like, if we were doing like a sober route, which I know would be hard because alcohol's there, I'd want to like go like the foodie route and just like, there's already like 3-4 places I'd want to visit that I know of. So, yeah. I don't know necessarily if I'd start doing vlogs, but I think it would be fun in conjunction to like our podcast while we're talking about it. Also
Yeah.
do a vlog and be like, check out our Vegas stuff, you know. I like when watching people do that.
I mean, I think you can do like those little slice of life videos, like how people do the reels.
Yeah.
So it's like it's not like a
Reels.
full reels, really real.
Reels.
So it's not like a full vlog where you're just like, and now we're going to the
Yeah,
buffet,
yeah.
and now we're getting in the
That's true.
taxi, because that shit gets boring real fast. But
Real fast.
it's basically like the highlights of the trip, you know?
Right. That's true. Which, yeah, I think that's on my radar for like the next, I don't know, year. Even before then, I want to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't know about going out the country since shit's so crazy right now, but definitely still down to go to Puerto Rico.
Shit, Mexico. We should go to San Diego.
Oh yeah, we should go to San Diego.
Fuck Vegas. Let's go to San Diego.
I'd be down. I mean, for the summer, I think San Diego would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Do you
whenever.
think San Diego in April would be feasible? Or LA? I mean, I'd be down to go to LA.
Well, no,
then.
I was gonna say we should look up when Comic-Con is and then go for
Oh,
Comic-Con.
that'd be fun.
Because that's like a whole event. You feel me?
We should bring Sanj. That'd be fun. He's been wanting to do that. No. Wow.
Like everything, you're like, we should bring something.
Wow, Sanj is my little brother who likes hanging out with me / us, and
Uh-huh.
CD apparently doesn't want to. He's just, I mean, you have little siblings, but like you're not used to like I grew up very much like bring your brother to everything. Like that's how I grew up, so I'm so used to like just bringing him to everything. Whereas like you grew up as an only child, so you're not used to just having like like a tether. That's how I see my
Yeah,
brother. Like we're just always, like when I think of a cool experience, I'm like I should bring him. Like I know he'd enjoy it too.
I'm just a lone wolf out here. No attachments.
Oh, I guess
Out
so.
here solo dolo.
And that's why I definitely like it. Don't They don't even have to be around the same age, which I really want to. I want my kids to have like siblings. Like I
Yeah,
don't want to have a single child because I remember growing up before my brother and I was lonely.
you
So
and
I
me
had a
both,
lot of
man.
friends, but I was still lonely like at the house. Yeah, so it's
And then the
different.
gay part is like I ended up finally getting a sibling, and then she
And then
left.
exactly, well, she didn't
Like,
leave. The mom took
yeah,
her.
but it's like when I needed her most, she vanished.
No, I get you, and like that's one of
To
my
be like that excited to have a sister, and then it's like, oh
exactly.
yeah, we're moving to
He's
fucking
like
Portland.
one of my treasured like
Yeah,
people. You know what I mean? Like I love having a sibling, and like I really wish I had more. I only just have one, which I'm like blessed to have. I wish I had like a sister. Like I wish I had a lot of siblings. So
mm,
yeah.
me too. I wish I had like an older brother and then like a younger brother, like
Fun-
close to my
Funny you
age.
say that. I always wanted an older like sister specifically, but like older sibling.
Yeah,
But yeah.
or I mean, I wouldn't even mind being like the oldest, as
You
long
are
as
those.
yeah,
uh,
obviously I couldn't take that back. But
uh,
if I had someone who was like right under me, like someone who's like 29 right now
yeah.
or like 30.
No, I totally get you because me and my brother were 11 years apart, so I very much like they say I'm like a second mom, you know?
Mm.
Like we're buddies, but like
We're buddies.
like we're still pretty far apart in age that like we don't have like that similar stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas like even if he was like 5, 6 years younger than me, but it's also because he's a boy and he has very different interests. Like I always wanted a sister so badly, but I had a lot of like girlfriends who had sisters who just had the worst relationships. Like they would fist fight and shit. So my mom always said it's having sisters. She has like 3, 4 is not the
Mm.
best.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like even my cousins, like they don't love each other. They don't have the best relationship, and
But I
they're
feel
around
like
their
it
age.
depends though, because there's brothers and well like siblings or whatever
Like this.
who yeah.
I mean, me and my brother are like this.
But I also feel like it's just normal to fight with somebody who you fucking live
I mean,
with and
yeah,
see
and they
every
live
day,
together.
and
That's the thing.
yeah, and you're sharing a room and like
Excuse me, I just.
you get me, like it's
Yeah,
just
I get
always
that. So I definitely like. I've heard this term and like I think I'd want to do it. I'd want to have kids low key in pairs. Like if I have one, I'd want to have another one like a year or two or so later. And if I have another one, like maybe 3, 4 years later, I'd want to have one like pretty close to it, so they have like a buddy and a buddy. I think it'd be cool. What happened?
I thought I fucking jailbroke this goddamn camera, but I guess not. I got to do it again.
It went off.
Yeah,
How could you tell?
I just heard it.
Oh,
It makes like a noise. But I did
excuse
this.
that intermission.
I did this thing where like, well, that's why we have that one
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
But that I did this whole thing where like I had to like download some shit and like reprogram the camera.
Oh shit.
But clearly I didn't do it right.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. I gotta figure it out.
Double check it. Yeah. So I don't know. Siblings, man. Love them, hate them. I always get sad when I hear of people who aren't close with their siblings. Yours is a little different because they're just younger and like get a little far away from you. But like I've heard of siblings, even my mom and like her siblings. Like sometimes they don't get along. I'm like, dude, you guys are siblings. Like especially if your parents aren't there. Like you guys are the only people who's like left.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think it's dope that your mom and your aunt are super close. You know, like I don't know.
It's nice for them.
Yeah, and I feel like it's important.
Yeah.
Like I'd want my kids to like love Sancho and like Sancho to be really close to them and he'll be all awkward and like that's Uncle Sancho.
Oh, Uncle Sanch.
Yeah. And like I feel like the older your siblings get, maybe they'll like live around you, you know. It's just proximity, I feel like is why you guys aren't as close.
I mean, life is long, man. You never know.
Exactly, yeah.
You never know.
I don't know, but shit.
You
What's
know,
new with you, Sadie?
nothing. Just same old shit. Did you want to do the movie review?
Yeah.
So recently we saw two movies.
Pretty
The Assessment
close
and then Mickey 17.
by. Yeah.
Both which I think came out this month. So Or when did do you know when the assessment came out?
I think the assessment like just came out. I don't know exactly what month.
Yeah.
And I think so did Mickey 17.
Yeah, Mickey 17 I know for sure came out this month.
Yeah.
Yeah, both pretty great movies in my opinion. What'd you think?
I liked it. We can give like a little like short synopsis.
Uh sure.
Well, Mickey 17 basically is it's like I wouldn't say apocalyptic, but like like a futuristic world in which they're living in space, like this society, right? Would you call it a
Sure.
society?
Yeah.
And then there's this guy named Mickey who is
Colony.
colony. Yeah, there's like everybody has roles, like different like things you do on in the ship, and this guy named Mickey has the role of an expendable, which like they basically treat him like a lab test, like lab rat, you know,
They treat him like shit. Like
a
all
lab
the
rat.
but it's
That's
like
kind of his
it's
role.
not just the lab rat. It's like any job that's like too
Yeah,
dangerous or
like he's an expendable, you know.
yeah.
So he's they
Fuck this
basically
camera.
have his DNA, and then when he dies, they can just like print a new one again. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's a very like dark slash interesting rhetoric of like even as simple as like a human life and like you know.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting because it's like they have this advanced technology to like basically clone people and like
Yeah,
replicate people, whatever, live forever,
yeah,
right? And they still just use it to like take advantage of like the lowest people in
yeah, and
society.
like it's obviously like the big part of it is like the ethics of it because even how they like dispose of him like at the once they're done to print a new one they just throw him into like this fiery pit. It's very
Yeah,
like barbaric and grotesque and like
they throw that thing in the
yeah,
trash.
and then what ends up happening is like there's another one that before they kill him, so there's two Mickeys and like it gets all crazy and shit.
Yeah, but it's also like he had to like repair the ship and he died doing it. If he hadn't repaired it, then everybody would have died. And then the
Yeah,
same thing like when they got to the planet, they used him to like find the cure to like
yeah,
the virus
exactly.
that was on the
Because
planet or
I forgot
whatever.
what happened. Like the world is shit, right? That's why they had to get on the
No, well, yeah, the world's always
right.
shit. That's why people are always leaving. But
Uh,
they were basically just going out to find like a new
yeah,
planet
yeah,
to
yeah.
colonize.
And they found it, and then like
And but he leaves because he owes like this dude money,
that's exactly what it
and he
is.
was
Yeah.
just like, they're gonna kill me. So
And he's like, I'll basically do any job. Played by Robert Pattinson, great. Um, and the accent he does, I thought was kind of interesting. I didn't love it. I'm not gonna lie, because he's a British man, obviously, so he has a British accent, and they make him do a weird like Boston.
very nasally, kind of like wimpy almost.
It's very weird.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
what I it's funny you say that because what I noticed is that
sorry, I'm flooding.
the second Mickey didn't have that accent, which makes me believe that each Mickey is slightly different personality wise, but
Definitely,
they
that's what I was
have
gonna say.
like the core memory,
Yeah,
or like they
yeah,
have like the base memories, I guess, because they all fall in love with the chick or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
But the movie was narrated from that Mickey's perspective, so that's the
yeah.
voice we
The
always heard.
17s.
But we don't know like what the original Mickey sounded
That's
like.
very
He could have
true.
sounded completely different.
And that's so interesting you say that because you know when I watch like a movie I like to go on Reddit and see what the masses are thinking,
Hmm.
and somebody said like essentially what you were saying like it's two different aspects of his personality, and even when there was like a scene when he was like oh something something like it was my fault that mom died, right? He said that to himself, to the other Mickey
Yeah.
18, and Mickey was just like no dude, like that's you know that's not why mom died, like you know it wasn't your fault, and they were just saying that like it's just interesting how you have like different aspects of your personality, if that makes sense, that you could think one thing logically and your brain like almost manipulates you, you know, and like I feel like you can account that for like I don't know addiction and like I don't know, I thought it was interesting rhetoric. What happened?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to cut this part.
No, it's cool because I gotta edit it all together
Yeah.
anyways. But
because I just hate when there's like a long silence.
You're just uncomfortable with silence.
I am. No, but especially if you're just listening to it, I was like, whatever. But you know what I mean? So I thought it was interesting what that, like, you could see how different those two Mickeys were because they
Yeah.
were like different parts of his personality, and one was like more confident, and the other one was more, I'd even say like moral.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. It
I
was
don't
a
know.
really good movie. I highly recommend watching it.
I really liked it, but I too also went to the internet to get some opinions,
Uh-huh.
and a lot of people were like shitting on it.
Really, a lot of people
Yeah,
liked it on my end.
it was interesting to see like the people
Why
who
did they
like
not like it?
they were like, I mean, it was like the typical like complaints like, oh, it's all woke and shit, and um like the
What was
yeah, I don't that's why I said I didn't get it.
I mean, I guess I mean
And
see,
then
and that's what
the dude, the
uh
captain, was like obviously supposed to be like a dictator type
That's what I was gonna
character.
say. It was very mimicking like today's world,
Right.
It was a very fascist society, and like to me, I don't want to say, but it was like a dumb dictator, aka like
Yeah.
who we have in office, blah blah blah. Like it was very like tongue in cheek to me, and I thought it was fun.
I thought it was well done, and I thought it was a unique concept, and it was a good movie. So,
Yeah,
but
people,
that's
man.
I feel like the internet sometimes like they just nitpick shit
It
to
depends
nitpick
where
shit.
you're looking. I also feel like too. I bet we're looking more on like YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. I was definitely
Yeah.
on YouTube.
And people on YouTube have a lesser IQ. I'm just kidding.
You know, I can't read.
Exactly. So that's interesting because most of the places I saw, I guess they weren't necessarily reviewing it. They were just kind of talking about like things that would happen, but it seemed pretty like positive. I'll say that.
Yeah. What was like your favorite part?
Um, I mean, my favorite part, which I wasn't really expecting, I just thought they were gonna keep like I should have known there was gonna be two of them, but I really liked the two Mickeys interacting, and I thought they were just gonna make it a dynamic of just them hating each other, but it kind of almost later on made it like a sibling dynamic. They were kind of taking care of each other, even though they were the same person, like clone of each other.
Yeah.
So I like that dynamic, and like the me being a pervert. I thought the threesome scene was like interesting, it was like him and
Yeah.
him and like the girl.
That
I
shit
thought
was
that was
funny.
funny. Yeah. And like I also liked her character a lot, and I think we talked about it like she was a black woman, but you didn't feel like it was like a token black character.
Yeah.
And I like that aspect of it. And there was
Like she was just a character who happened to be black.
yeah, and she was like very dynamic, and like I think she was like one of the top soldiers or whatever, and like she was a really cool character, and I appreciated that too. Because I hate,
I did think it was funny though. They made her like the badass cop, and then like the bitch ass Mickey was just like at home like cleaning.
No, yeah, I love
Like-
that. And
Like he like I think he was like walking her. Or he would like see her off in the morning and shit.
Yeah,
and then he
like,
would just be standing there.
I love
That
like
shit was-
non-traditional
that shit
like
was hella
roles
funny.
and stuff like that. Like I appreciate it because life isn't,
Yeah.
traditionally like that. So I appreciate it. I know people think stuff like that is cringe, and I can probably see that's what like some parts of the internet might feel, especially like how like the alt-right and like those men, they're probably like a man being in that role, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Even though I'd argue Mickey's like character slash his role on the ship is very fucking essential,
Yeah.
Yes, he's like a bitch, quote unquote, but it's a very essential role that literally saves, in my opinion.
Yeah. My favorite part was like when he runs into like the alien species and shit.
Oh yeah, that whole part.
Like that whole the whole part with the alien shit
That shit was crazy.
was like super interesting to me because
Yeah.
I felt like that's exactly what would happen if we actually found some aliens. We would just assume that they're like dumb like that's what we do here on Earth. Like we found dolphins or like these dumb fucking fish.
And this is just like a
These
little
dumbass whales.
little spoiler alert, but they were like really weird looking. Like you wouldn't even think they would have any like intellect or understand, because they just essentially look like worms ish, like huge,
Kinda, yeah.
like huge worms ish. But they also kind of gave me vibes of like elephants. You know how they can like, so I don't know what you would call that.
Yeah, but
Communicate with each other like that, but I don't know what you call that.
that's literally my whole point. It's like intelligence can kind of form in different ways.
Wait, of course, you can't judge the intelligence. You know that saying.
Yeah, but we're so fucking like arrogant that we think that if it doesn't look like us, it must be dumb.
Of course, yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
Even like monkeys, something that we've, you know, scientifically proven to be genetically related to or whatever. Most people still think of monkeys as like a dumb.
I mean,
like, you know what I mean?
Not even to go there, but people, because you're a different color skin, they think you're dumber.
Exactly.
So it's like, I'm not surprised that people think a different species, something that doesn't look like them.
Yeah,
and
but it is funny though, like how immediate they're just like kill them all. Like Jesus
and
Christ.
That's why like it almost like gave me the vibe of like, you know, Idiocracy, of like how like the silly like, you know, water's for toilets. You know, it kind of gave me that vibe because like the ruler or like the guy who was in charge, who was played by Mark Ruffalo, who did a great job doing it, because I'm not used to Mark Ruffalo and just those asshole roles. Just did a great job doing it because like you obviously wanted to hate this guy, you know. He was like
it's funny
like a storybook villain, like stupid guy.
It's funny you say it reminded me of Idiocracy because they're like obsessed with that sauce shit. They kept being like, try this sauce. Like, bro, like what the fuck? Like,
exactly. And it's funny,
they just had
I
all these
also
sauces.
looked into that as well, like what kind of was up with that. And somebody said, I don't know how, if they were meant to do that, somebody was saying like kind of related to like back in the day when royalty would like spices, that was the shit, you know. They kind of related to that, like food is bland, whatever, but like that's the only way to like set themselves apart. Like she has the best sauce, because the whole thing was the guy who was in charge wife was like obsessed with making great sauce. Like her whole thing was like she was a foodie or whatever, you know.
And I'm pretty sure she was using like the blood of those creatures.
Oh, she totally was, and it kind of made it seem like she was using like humans or something. Like very sus.
This weird sus shit.
Yeah. And she was using like human some shit to make her sauces, and like, and I can see that like parallel to, you know, like the royalty using spices and just
eating like rhino horns and shit.
Yeah, dude. And it's like
people, man,
ketchup is gross. Good. Ranch is okay, y'all. Like it's not that serious.
You're like, we already got all the sauces we need.
Like when people just go crazy, like truffle, whatever. I'm like, oh my god, like.
Yeah.
And I like to think I'm a foodie. But really, like the movie, I highly recommend everybody seeing it, even if you're not really into sci-fi. I just thought it was a fun. I like when movies aren't like too serious and have like a touch of humor in it, which I thought it did well.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like too silly that it was just a comedy, which I appreciated. What would you rate it out of 10?
Probably like an 8.
Yeah, solid like 8.5.
I enjoyed it. I'd see it again. I want to see it at the
Me too.
At the whatchamacallit.
We should do that.
Yeah.
I think on Wednesdays, she said you can pay as low as like 50 cents.
Yeah.
Because it goes towards that one thing. We should totally do that. That would be fun. Because, you know, since I'm a corporate girl, I have to go into the office. Like, after work, I'm just so fucking tired. But I want to make more of my days, you know, and, like, just do shit after work. So, I definitely want to do that.
For sure, for sure. I think I got jiu-jitsu, though.
On Wednesday?
Yep, at 6.
Hey, speaking of which, this man's going to join jiu-jitsu. So, tiny claps for him. Tiny claps.
I did a free week. Well,
we did / I did one day.
She did one day. I think I did like 2 or 3. And fucking, oh no, that shit's fun, man.
It's fun, but it's just like, even when I was like falling and shit, I was like, oh, this is kind of hard on my body. Like,
not really.
I'm more of like a Pilates type of running on the treadmill type girly. So like, just being thrown around, you know, I'm not really used to that.
You gotta get used to that.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like the more you go, like, the easier it'll get.
No, of course. And, like, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm, like, a combat sport girly. And even though I want to be, because, like, self-defense, but, like, who would want to hurt them?
You should. You should learn, man. Learn to defend yourself.
No, I feel that.
But, yeah, I'm going to start that shit April 1st.
I'm excited for you.
Which I think is, like, a Tuesday.
Is it? Yeah, I think you're right, because tomorrow's... No, I think April 1st might be a Wednesday. Because the 1st is a Tuesday.
What's today?
Today's like the 29th.
Today's the 30th.
And tomorrow's the 31st.
Tomorrow's Monday.
I know.
So the 1st is...
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Tuesday.
You right.
Quick maths.
Which, like, that's another thing. I really want to do Pilates because, you know, summer's coming up. I want that summer body.
Why don't you join a Pilates gym then?
Well, I want to because there's a Pilates called the Studio, not a gym.
Whatever. You fucking dork.
There's a Pilates studio because we're going to Tahoe for a week, and I want to have a cute Tahoe body.
I know I am, because just doing those 2 days, dude, my fucking abs were
I mean,
so
you get your
sore.
abs when you don't eat for like a week, so fine. He has like a little six pack.
I get that African body, that
No,
starving
for real.
African child
It's
body.
not even like you're fat, dude. You're just
Yeah, but I just want to be
That's
like
big,
shredded and like lose my little
Your
little
momos?
tummy. You know,
you're almost.
I want to get like buff again. I just need to work out. That's really just what
Yeah,
it is.
like for me, I just like we don't need to go to where what I need to.
But no, I know for sure, like doing that shit for like two months, I'm probably gonna get like really,
And that's summer 2 months.
really, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So by Tahoe, the shirtless pictures gonna be flooding the Instagram.
I really want to get a house with a hot tub.
Hell yeah, brother.
They want to get a house in North Lake Tahoe. And I was
Why?
like, that's what I said because they said it's cheaper. But I'm like, brother,
It's far
that's
as
far from
fuck.
That's what I said.
And there's nothing up there,
Literally, you get me. That's what I said. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm gonna tell them.
especially in the summer. Like,
Literally what I was saying. No, we're gonna get in the South Lake Tahoe. It's just gonna be more expensive for us to pay. We get balling.
so the assessment.
Okay, the Assessment is a movie we saw yesterday with Elizabeth Olsen. So the concept, very interesting concept. Basically, they live in like a future world where there's a new world and the old world. Old world, it's like whatever shit. New world, there's like new order, but they need like population control. So if you want to have a child, you have to go through the 7-day assessment, and they like try to assess and see if you are fit to have a child. And basically, this couple tries out for it, and they don't pass. That's like the summary of it, and then we can get into it.
I guess.
What else would you add to that?
So the reason why they have this whole new order, it kind of touches on like the global warming and like just humans destroying the
That's
environment
why
or
they
whatever.
needed population control.
Yeah, so their solution is to like, well, for one, everybody lives super fucking long. Like they figure that part out.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
the essential part.
You take a pill
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you just
yeah.
live like basically forever.
Which, okay, we'll get into
So
it. Uh-huh.
that's kind of why they're not like super pressed to have a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
But they still have this assessment for people like just who want to have kids, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie. Now that I'm like, it's all sinking in. Like I've like slept on it. It's a really cool concept, and I like Elizabeth Olsen as a actress. It was a silly movie if you think about it. Like what the assessor did, like all the shit she had to do, and like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It
So
was a
I
little
guess
silly.
we're spoiling movies today, so
Yeah,
if you want to
spoiler
see
alert.
it, just don't even fucking.
We'll put that in the title. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert.
We just spoil movies. Like if we're doing a review, just know we're gonna talk a bunch of fucking shit about the details. Anyways,
It's because
so
I don't care about
what I thought was the most interesting part was the assessor, because
Or the actual assessor.
the actual assessor,
Yeah.
because the assessor comes
Yeah.
in and basically, in order to like test to see if they're fit to be parents, this like psycho bitch starts acting like a kid,
Very weird.
which I think like
It was comical.
if you really think about it, like that kind of is the best way to
like
like
see how you
yeah,
can deal with to
have somebody like
But
just
for
do
me,
a
I'm
bunch
like,
of
if
kid
it's
shit.
this crazy post-apocalyptic, because there's a side like thing of like the couple is like a scientist, whatever. So the dad is working on like virtual pets. Why not have like a virtual baby? You know.
Well, that's what we did at the end of the movie.
I know.
Like
but-
eventually, that's his solution to them
Yeah.
not being. They don't pass.
Yeah.
So in the end, the dad or like the husband who's this like AI scientist or whatever.
Yeah.
He makes like somehow they didn't really explain that part that well. He makes like physical. His original job was to make pets to like replace
Virtual pets.
because all the animals like died or some
Yeah.
shit. So he wanted to make virtual pets so that people could have companions.
But you can like actually touch him and shit.
Yeah,
It's wild.
but during the whole movie, he can't like he's like trying to solve it. He like can't get it just
Yeah.
right. So then at the end, when they fail, he just makes a fucking baby. But that was the chick's
I don't
issue.
know,
She was like,
made a girl her too.
yeah, but she was like, it's not real. Like even though it feels real, she was like, it doesn't smell like a baby. Like I want a real
But I'm
baby.
like, good enough, bitch. Like, I
Yeah.
I would have took it. I wouldn't have went back
But
because she goes back to the old world.
yeah, so at the end, she basically like decides that she doesn't like living in the society anymore. Well, they find out again, spoiler. They find out that nobody ever passes the fucking test
Since like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
Again,
so
because they're probably just capped the population.
yeah, they're
you
probably
know?
like we're gonna live until we're 1,000 years old,
Or
and
more
then
people. Oh, because nobody's dying.
because no one's
Fuck.
dying.
Yeah, yeah,
So they
yeah.
probably got a bunch of eggs in a lab somewhere, and they're just like,
Yeah.
when we need more people, we'll just make more people.
That's exactly.
Which is kind of like crazy.
And that's what I was gonna get at too. I just like again, I like
Because that's what the mom was saying. Remember, she was like, we can only have so many people. If we let more people come, like somebody has to die.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, do you want to die for a new person to be born?
Yeah.
Basically, right?
No,
which I thought was like, again, like a nutty fucking. Like, what is the cap? 1 million people?
Exactly.
Like, you can't make 2 million? Like,
and I know it was like a 2-hour movie, and that's what I was saying. It was a little silly some parts. I just feel like they had these like really like deep, cool concepts and didn't quite delve into it. Again, the assessor, because they only had, it's a 7-day assessment, and like she would act like a baby and be all this crazy shit, but I'm like, 7 days doesn't really show you how much someone's gonna be a good parent, but you know what I mean? I don't think they try to like delve into these concepts, like, the virtual pet.
but do you want her to torture them for like a month?
I mean, yeah. And even the virtual pets and all this shit, like, or like, I wish they talked or like showed us more of the old world, how it actually was, and like, there was the scene of the dinner where like they were kind of testing them how they interact with other people in their world and like people they know. I wish they kind of went into other people.
Yeah, but the focus is on them.
Well, yeah.
You
didn't think that like there was stuff missing that you wish you knew more about?
Not in the. I mean, yeah, but it's a movie.
Well,
you got to wrap it up in.
Yeah.
90 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like if they made a show,
that
like,
would have been nice. Like a really, yeah.
Yeah, like if they made a section of the show, then they could like really dive into side characters and shit like that, and like show the lead up to the fall of civilization or whatever.
Yeah, because I was very interested because another thing, Elizabeth Olsen's character, her mom got exiled. Like if you do bad shit, you basically get exiled into the old world, and her mom did, and it turned out she gave like information or some shit away to the old world, some shit. And I thought that was very interesting. And they kind of just touched upon that,
Again, though, it's a movie.
I mean, yeah.
So they're giving you like little crumbs of.
I mean, I understand that, but I've watched movies again that were 90 minutes that delve more into shit.
Sure.
So I was telling him I wish they would make a second one with the old world, but like they wouldn't have assessment, The whole point was like the assessment part of the. And I also necessarily don't hate the idea. I don't know if it should be a government control, and I don't know how you could even like make this happen, but like having some type of like assessment or something of before having a child, just to. But that's a whole different conversation because it's like you can't control people having children. I don't know. What would you rate this movie? I do 7.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 7.
Really cool concept. Like the concept a lot, but again, I would have even liked it if it was a 3-hour movie and they like delved even deeper into more shit. I haven't gone on the internet and seen what they said, so I do need to like whatever back.
I don't know. I just think that like. Like at the end when it turns out that like the assessor bitch she was like promised a kid or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was the crazy part of it too.
Like I think that was like their attempt at humanizing her to be like she's dealing with her own shit as well. But I do feel like it was kind of out of place. Like I feel like it would have just been better if she was like fucking bipolar or some shit.
I just saw her as just a cog in the machine. And I also...
Yeah, but the shit that she was doing...
Yeah, it was crazy.
I was like...
there was a part where she almost, like, assaults... I saw it as assault when she, like, fucked the guy, And
yeah,
I don't even get what she was testing to see if he was loyal. Is that what it was?
I don't fuck it. But that's my...
I didn't understand
that's
that
my
part.
point. Like, she just did all that shit.
Yeah,
like, that's...
true.
I guarantee that's not in the fucking manual for the job.
She was like, everything I did was well within. She just said,
yeah, but it's like up because you're gonna fail them anyway. So like, what do you care?
That's true.
So it's like you chose this job to go terrorize couples.
That's true. true.
So it's like to be like I only did it because I was promised a daughter. Like, bro, no,
Yeah,
you're crazy.
you are
Like,
crazy.
you're fucking nuts, dude.
And then it gets spoiler at the end of it. She kills herself because she realized what she's doing is
Yeah.
crazy.
But again, she could have still killed herself. But adding the kid, I think they were just trying to humanize her too
Yeah,
much.
I can see that.
It would have made more sense if she had like a legit like mental disorder.
Like she was just fucking crazy.
Yeah, if like when she went to go, when the wife goes to like confront her, if they had like found out that she was like a rogue agent or something, and like the state never even sent anybody, they're like your assessment's in a week.
Yeah,
that would have been
that
like
would've
a
been
better
cool.
twist, and then they're just
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Who is this bitch? And then she just like,
But then that's a whole different story.
bro, but her just being like a sad, like depressed
Yeah.
mom, like I was just like, okay, like I guess, you know.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Like if you want us to feel bad for her, like she burnt down this lady's lab and like fucked her
literally,
husband
dude.
and like destroyed their home. Like you want me to feel bad? She did all this crazy shit and then she was like, "It's cause I lost my daughter." Like no, you're just
I
crazy.
thought that shit was crazy. Yeah, the fucking husband's like whatever, not whatever, but that shit was crazy. Burning down her shit.
And then just like laying there like a kid, like
Yeah,
mommy.
exactly.
It's like, bro, you're retarded. Like
and that's why I thought some parts it was too comical. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like
that's literally that's my. It
like
just
she
would have
peeing
made.
on that lady and shit. I was
That's
like,
what I'm
the
saying.
Fuck? And that just showed you. I think those were just kind of glimpses into like how crazy and strict that government is. You know?
Yeah. I just feel like it would have made way more sense if she was like a psychopath or something.
Yeah. And just the mommy daddy and just like fucking her husband and all that crazy shit. At that point, I'd be like, I don't want a fucking kid, dude. Fuck this shit. Like
It just didn't make sense why she went that hard to test them.
knowing they were gonna fail.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, that's true.
Like you could have just really given them some like low key shit.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know.
And then to think that
Interesting.
she probably did that to like hella people for like 7 years.
Yeah, she's crazy, and she was like fairly young. I don't know. It was weird.
She
Well,
wasn't though.
Oh yeah, she
'cause
said I'm not young, huh?
She was taking those pills.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember she was just like, I'm in the real world, old world. I wouldn't like
Yeah.
last and shit. Yeah. I don't know. What would you do? Would you have left to the old world, or would you have done what he did and like just made the AI baby?
I would have been exiled a long time ago
Oh,
just for
really?
talking shit. Hell yeah. They would have kicked my ass out
But
for
if you
sure.
were just in that situation of their shit, would you want to just
I would leave.
really? I would stay with the AI baby. It seemed like the old world was crazy.
Yeah,
She
but
looked
it's
happy.
like, what do you want? Like freedom, or do you want like supreme, oversight into your life?
His life didn't seem like there was hella oversight. They were in the middle of nowhere. They didn't seem like they were like watched by Big Brother.
Yeah,
I'll say
but
that.
because you remember the mom was like, oh, like if you get an invitation by the state, it's not really an invitation.
Well, yeah, I know.
So I feel like
know.
the state itself is so
Yeah.
like, it's like whatever they say, you just got to do it,
Yeah.
or else you'll
No,
get
definitely.
exiled.
You could see how rigid, like,
And
yeah.
also, they got a lot of leeway because they were like scientists.
Well, of course, they said
So,
they do a lot for the company.
yeah,
I mean,
they were like,
the
oh, like,
company.
do you know how much we've done for this society?
Yeah.
So I feel
They
like
seem pretty high up the.
Exactly.
No, they definitely did. They definitely.
they
did.
weren't just like regular
they
ass motherfuckers.
But also, I also say that because the old world, it just seemed crazy. Like,
Yeah, but the old world, of
I
course.
personally don't think I could have survived.
But then the other mom was like, "Oh, like people are surviving out there.
I mean, yeah, that's what
they're having
they're
kids,
having kids. That's what
and
they
they're
were
like,
saying.
oh, like the air's not killing them, and they're
That's
like,
what they
no,
were
it's not
saying,
that
yeah.
bad,
Yeah.
whatever. So it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want?
I mean, that's why the girl left. She went to go try, you know.
Do you want freedom or do you want Big Brother on your ass?
Yeah.
I'll take the freedom.
I mean, fuck. He seemed happy. He had his little fake baby. She was growing up.
That's great. Good for him.
A fake wife.
He's gonna be like 300 years old.
It
with a
don't sound
fake-ass
bad, like
kid.
having just complete control over here.
That's just gonna be lonely.
I
He's just
have
in that
control
fucking
issues.
big ass house by himself with his
But-
AI pets.
It wasn't pets. It was he made an AI wife and an AI daughter.
AI pets.
I don't know. Another one I wanted to talk about. I don't think Landman. We obviously didn't talk about that, right?
No, we didn't talk about that.
There's a new Taylor Sheridan show that we were obsessed with that we finished called Landman, and it's about the oil industry. Oil. What would you call it? It's not fracking. Oil oil pumping industry in Midland, Texas. Love it. What?
You're like oil pumping.
Oil pumping. It's a really interesting show that like I would have even Yellowstone, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't that into. It was just kind of like dry and like I was like it just didn't capture my attention, but it was a really good show. Great dynamic characters. Billy Bob Thornton is like the main character and he just did a really great job.
That boy
And
Billy.
John Hamm is in it and he's just like a funny, porky man. I don't know. I really liked it and I recommend people watching it. I've been telling the world, I've been screaming to the masses about it.
Yeah, I don't know. This nigga, Taylor Sheridan's a fucking wizard.
Yeah.
I've gone down the rabbit hole of Taylor Sheridan. I thought it was just Yellowstone, and then like literally, I shit you not, I just started this new show. I've literally watched like damn near everything he's fucking put out. Lioness was fire, Sycamore was fire, all of the goddamn Yellowstone, the 1880 whatever, and then the
series.
1923 fire, Landman fire,
So good. I love
fucking. And then he just has his new show with Sylvester Stallone,
Oh yeah, you've been watching
Tulsa
that.
King. Fire. And then he has another show. I don't know if he did this one, but I started it, and so far it's actually pretty good. It's called Mayor of Kingston or some shit, or Mayor something, and it has the dude from the Marvels, the Hawkeye guy.
Oh, okay.
I forget what his name is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something Renner. Anyways, he just, I don't know, man. Like,
He does a really good job of showcasing like these like I don't want to say butt fuck, but these like very random, like kind of middle of nowhere, like these aren't the metropolis towns of America, you know?
it's
And like just showcasing the everyday lives of these places and like even like the bad parts of it. I think he does a really beautiful job of just like highlighting it, you know?
he like dramatizes like regular shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
even with Yellowstone showing like the
Yeah, like,
ranchers or
the
whatever and like
right.
the Native Americans, you know, he does a very beautiful job of doing that.
Like who would ever think a show about like cattle ranchers would be interesting?
Yeah.
And he
Or
made that
even,
shit
like,
fire.
oil pumping and like I just am not personally into like there's people who love stuff like that, you know, love watching like shows like that and I'm not. And like I was impressed how well it was written, how dynamic the characters were, and like even the daughter like and the mom, I really love those characters, you know, those like stereotypical characters, and like the son, and like I really liked them. I liked it. They had like obviously like Latinos in there and like the cartel and
Latinos.
Cause Texas, you know.
Yeah.
Highly recommend everybody watching it.
Know what it is?
I feel like my parents would.
There's always like the main story, and then he has like these really interesting like
Side
characters. Yeah.
And I enjoy when they have very, again, word of the
But
day,
it's
dynamic
also but it's also like the
characters.
side characters, their story is like so tangential. Like it's not like it's loosely associated
Yeah,
with the main
totally.
story, but it's like they're really just doing their own shit. Like the son
Totally.
and the girl,
Hispanic girl.
the
I
Hispanic
love
girl.
their,
It's like they
like,
damn near
backstory.
didn't even like the family didn't even know they were fucking with each other until like
Yeah.
hella late
And
in
I
the
even
season.
like the side, like sub like story of the mom and the daughter and all
Yeah,
that shit.
and
I
like
love it.
and her fucking rich husband and all like
yeah. Like
and then the lawyers were hella funny.
I love
The
it.
old guy and that fucking chick, he was just like hella aggressive.
No, dude, such a great show. I can't wait for season 2. I think they're already filming it, so I'm ready.
Yeah.
He made me love like middle America, just like random parts of America.
What's like the Oscar for like TV shows?
Emmys.
That nigga needs an Emmy.
I'm sure he's gotten a
Like
lot. I
30
think
of them.
Yellowstone has gotten a lot.
I'm sure it's probably nominated. I don't know if he's won any though.
No, I think Yellowstone is an Emmy nominated show. I swear. I swear.
That he's just like he's a great storyteller. That's
yeah,
what it is.
Definitely.
Because I don't think he directs all of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I think he like he has a hand in like a lot of the writing and the producing.
I thought he
So-
was mainly a director.
No, well,
I
I
swear
think he
he is.
directed Yellowstone, but some of these like shows, if you look at the credits,
Mm-hmm.
it says like created by. It'll be like created by Taylor Sheridan, and then it'll be like written by Taylor Sheridan and like some other random guy,
I didn't know
and then it'll
that.
be like directed by some random motherfucker, and then it'll be like
He's right.
executive producer Taylor Sheridan.
I
You know what I
see.
mean? So I think he like helps created a lot, but he's not always hands on with the cinematography. He probably has suggestions like, "Hey, like this will be a fire shot," but I don't think he's sitting there behind the camera for like
I see.
every
Because
shoot.
I always said that because it always says directed by Taylor Sheridan.
Some of them,
Yeah.
like I think he did Yellowstone for sure.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
But there's a new show I've been really wanting to watch that I'm hoping you'll watch with me today. Traders. I know you think it's like a silly, but it's a reality. But it's one of those like competition shows. I think you'd like it. It's like mind games. Like you're trying to see. They compared it to like Big Brother and like those like shows. You know, I haven't seen Big Brother. I'm not gonna lie, but like those really cool. Like you fuck people over. Those like mind game. Like but also.
What are they trading? Pokemon cards?
No, you do like legit like shit like physical shit, but I think there's also like
Is it trainers or traders?
traitors, and
Oh.
there's like people in there who like I don't exactly get, but who are supposed to be the traitors, but like you're supposed to be friendly with them. You don't know who the traitor is, and you also do like competition shows and like eat weird shit. Like
What the fuck?
it's supposed to be really good. Everybody's been talking about it, so after we go shopping, I really want to watch like an episode or two. It's supposed to be really good.
For sure.
Yeah, so we shall let you know how that is. But besides that, what else have I been watching? Just my little podcasts, my little shows. I just been busy with this, like, literally getting a big girl job. Like, I've never really worked 8 hours a day, like, and gone to the office and done all of that. So, just been a transition, but it's been good. It's been good, y'all.
Yeah, this is like your first office job, huh?
This is my literal first office job. Now that, like, that portion is going okay, you know, like, my career-wise, which I really see this as a career. I'm really trying to not focus on my fitness and, like, I don't know. It's all that shit.
Gotta join that Pilates gym.
I need to. I also just want to eat better, you know, like, less inflammation.
You're gonna cut out those midnight Taco Bell orders.
I know, speaking of which I had yesterday, hurt my tummy.
We ate she had a pulled pork sandwich.
Dude, that shit was small.
And then we shared French toast.
Yeah.
And then nachos, which were kind of
Which we didn't even finish. Like, we just had, like, a couple of bites. Like, when you really think
we ate
didn't have
all that
much.
shit in the movie theater though, like and popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Like
We
we're
did have
fat,
popcorn.
we're fat as fuck, and then came home and got Taco Bell.
Taco
That's
Bell.
crazy.
We did. But
At like 11:30 at night, it's insane.
whatever.
Why were they even open? That's the problem. These companies are enablers, being open until like midnight and shit.
Well, way to just not take the responsibility and blaming others.
It's not my fault. It's big taco.
I actually think Taco Bell is open till like 2-3 or like at least midnight. They're
Man,
one of the ones that are open the latest.
do you know
Because Drunchies, like especially Saturday, I
Jack in the
bet they
Box
make
for
them.
sure is open until like 2-3.
Yeah, they are. They for sure are.
I don't know. I always like all that shit. You have to be drunk to fucking enjoy it.
Jack in the Box, I hate Jack in the Box. That's to me, that's the most mid shit.
Nah, dude, Jack in the Box is fire.
You never get that shit.
The
Even
the
myself.
sourdough Jack is good, but that's what I'm saying. If I'm drunk and there's a Jack in the Box, like I'd be like, fuck it, let's get some Jack in the Box.
There's just something. It's too greasy, and like even their soda to me sometimes
It is
tastes
mad greasy.
It's hella greasy.
Like everything's fried.
Yeah.
Like even the bread is like fried.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it is. Whereas like even McDonald's, it's not that greasy.
Yeah, but McDonald's, they just put their bread through like, I don't even think they toast their bread.
Is it
I
because Jack in the
literally-
Box toasts it?
I literally think they put their
Yeah.
bread on like the fry griddle,
Yeah,
and it just soaks up
I
all
don't
that
like it. Like
grease.
everything is just mad greasy. Like their
fries.
their
And know what it
fucking
is,
tacos.
too?
People love that shit.
Because it's so greasy, you literally have to eat it immediately. If you wait like 15 minutes and it gets cold,
And I usually wait.
and then it's like cold and greasy, that's like the worst.
I think it was like a couple of months ago when we took my brother to his school. I asked my mom to get me my Burger King, my usual order. She accidentally got me Jack in the Box, bro.
How she fucked that up?
That's what I fucking said. And she said she was getting all mad at them because she was asking for the wrap.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't have that shit. And she's like, what the fuck? So they gave her like tenders and shit. Like it was, I was like, dude, you're on crack. But granted, that's when we were moving my baby brother into like college. So she was all stressing. So her mind was not quite there. But
That's funny.
yeah, dude, it was very funny. Yeah, my brother is a freshman. He's in college.
Fresh meat.
Like, life's changing.
Yeah.
Life's crazy.
Should we wrap this up and go grocery shopping?
Yeah, we gotta go grocery shopping to our local Asian store. So, but you're gonna get another one out of us this week.
Don't even say it. You're gonna jinx it.
Okay, fine. But you are.
Hopefully, and I can figure out this camera shit, so
Yeah.
we can actually have it look kind of cool.
We'll catch you later.
Anyways, yeah, deuces. Have a good one.